Greetings. I just wanted to do a video to share some information that I learned just yesterday. I was driving my car and I started seeing smoke inside my car. I was driving with the windows down, so I didn't know. I thought it was coming from outside. But then as I kept driving a few more minutes, I wasn't sure anymore if it was coming from outside or not. So I pulled into a parking lot. And at that point, I was sure it was coming from inside my car. So I had a few things in the back seat that I thought it might be causing it. And that wasn't, I pulled those out and it wasn't that. And then I noticed the smoke was coming up from the back seat. So it was inside the trunk. So I opened the trunk and sure enough, there was a cardboard box that I had in there that was on fire. So what caused it, I believe, was lithium-ion batteries, which I've used for years. In my job, we work up in attics, and so we wear these headlamps, that strap around your head, and the best ones use an 18650 lithium-ion battery. It's just, I think a lot of the vaping products use it too. One of the ones that was in my trunk yesterday, if you could see on there, it says 18650, but these have become more powerful. And I really don't know what happened. I had 4 of these in a box. And there was some other stuff also in the box. Like this remote control was in there. Which also has a 9-volt lithium-ion battery. A rechargeable 9-volt battery that was a lithium-ion. And I really don't know what started it, except I'm 99.9% sure it was the lithium-ion batteries that started it. So my advice to you is just to be careful with these kind of batteries. I don't know if you would use them or not. For me, I've probably bought like 40 of these things over the years. Some of them are real cheap and they don't have much power. And now they've come out with some 4,000 milliamp hour lithium-ion batteries. They're quite powerful, and they're really good for flashlights, LED flashlights that you wear. They last a long time with these batteries. I would say, if you use like 3 AA batteries, that these are going to last like 3 to 5 times as long. So you really get a lot more use out of them. You get a brighter light. But the thing about them that's dangerous is you've got your negative terminal on this side of the battery, and the top, there's the positive terminal, or what's left of it. But if anything metal is to contact both these terminals at the same time, it'll generate heat, it'll generate flame eventually. And what also can happen is they wrap these in like a mylar plastic, and that mylar plastic comes up over the top of the edge, and it covers the negative part of the battery. But if that mylar plastic gets peeled back, like putting it in and out of a charger or something, that happened to me where the mylar broke off. So now you've got the positive terminal in the middle, and then you have a metal on the edge that's exposed now because the mylar plastic is ripped back. And it doesn't take anything very big just to touch between the center of the battery, which is positive, and the edge of the battery, which is negative, and you can get big time trouble. So, I've used these for years. I remember one time I had a battery like this in my pocket with a set of keys in there, and my pants got really hot one time. Thank God it didn't start on fire, but it was generating heat. It was going in that direction. And so because of what happened yesterday, I just wanted to make a video, try to warn some other people about this. Now, almost everything we use today, like cell phones, tablets, computers, they all have lithium-ion batteries inside of them. And we don't seem to have much problems with cell phones, starting on fire, or iPads or computers. Although I'm not saying it never happens, because I've heard it has happened, but it's not common. But with these batteries, they're not inside of a device. You can take them out of the flashlights and put them into a charger, and then put them back into the flashlights. A lot of flashlights today, they do have a port where you can plug it in at night. But, it's just something to be aware of if you work with any of these, especially these are a little bit bigger. These are 18650s. I think there's even ones that are called like 21700s. They're even bigger than this, and they have a lot of power. They really have a lot of power. The other day I was taking off that one that I was telling you about where the plastic was ripped off on the edge. I was taking it out of my charger, and like I told you, I just, I touched the center and I touched where the plastic was rubbed off on the terminal of the charger, and it started melting plastic right away. I mean, so these things can pack a lot of power. They can start a fire, and I saw it firsthand yesterday. Thank God my car didn't burn down, but I did ruin some stuff on it. There's some cables, wires that melted, and now my backup camera doesn't work, and it's saying that my trunk's open all the time, even though it's closed. And so now the beeper's going off all the time when I'm driving. And, and the warranty won't cover this because it wasn't their fault. It was my fault, or an accident caused by my negligence. So my car insurance will cover it, but I have a $1,000 deductible. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but it's more of a thing of saving lives also. Just be careful with lithium-ion batteries. If you ever see a bulging battery, don't mess with them. I had that happen to me last week. I bought this jump starter at the store, and it was a used one, and I brought it home. I was looking for it. Now I'm trying to move around and look and see if I can find one. But my car is sort of messy. That's part of my problem. Anyway, it was something like this. This is a different one. But it was a jump starter. And, these are, you plug some jumper cables into it, and you can restart your car with them. So I bought it at a secondhand store. And I brought it home, and it wasn't charging. It just wouldn't charge up. So I put the jumper cables in, and I hooked up a battery charger to the jumper cables. I was in my bedroom, and it's really quiet in my house, so all of a sudden I started hearing a noise. And I didn't react right away. In fact, I didn't really react at all, but I took a look down there later, and the battery that was bulged, it was bulged completely out of the side of the unit. It melted the plastic and caused like a mountain. But in that case, again, it was my fault because I charged it in an unconventional way. You're just supposed to plug a cable into the side of the unit, into like something like that. You're supposed to plug a USB-C cable in there or something to charge it up. But because mine wasn't charging, I'm like, okay, I'll hook the terminals in to start the car, and then I'll just clamp my battery charger onto those terminals, and I'll start it up with that. And that's when it started frying. So yeah, this is some of the remnants of yesterday. There was 4 batteries like this in the trunk. That's what's left of one of them. Here's the other 2 that were in the same cardboard box. They got fried pretty good. I think there was another one that I haven't recovered yet. So there was 4, and I think I only recovered 3. Maybe the 4th one was the one that burned. Then this is a remote control that I used at work, and it melted terribly and burned. And it was scary, because when I took the box out, it was flames. It was a cardboard box about a foot wide by a foot long by a foot high, and it was on fire. The whole box was burning. So I thank the Lord that I didn't get hurt physically, or then the car wasn't damaged too severely. It's still drivable. But, I mean, just be careful with these kind of batteries, because they are a fire hazard. And what I'm doing now is, if I'm going to carry anything like this anymore with me, they sell some little silicone sleeves that'll fit over this battery, and it'll cover the bottom of the battery and it'll cover the top of the battery, so they can't get an electrical connection on something. That's what I'm going to start using all the time now. I mean, I've known the possibility of it, but because they were just sitting in a cardboard box in my car, I didn't consider it a cause for possible danger. I was wrong. I really don't know exactly what caused the short. If there was something metal in the box that touched across the batteries, but the batteries were in this thing here holds 4 batteries, and I don't even know what happened. I mean, it looks like these positive and negative are maybe they crossed somehow. I don't really know. I bet that's what happened. To be honest, that's just stupidity of me. Because, I think I might have used this. I have a street preaching megaphone that runs off 12 volts. So that's why I bought one of these, to try to make a 12 volt battery out of 4 of these 3.7 volt 18650 lithium-ion batteries. And I think I might have just, after I was done preaching, I put it in this box without thinking about the terminals ever crossing. Possibly that's what happened, is these terminals crossed, and that's what started the fire. All right, folks, thanks for listening. Beware. These lithium-ion batteries are powerful, and they can be dangerous if they're not properly handled. It's not like old AA batteries that we bought and put in our flashlights, or even C or D batteries, or even 9-volt batteries. You could touch them to your tongue to see if they were good or not. They'll give you a little ting on your tongue if they were good. But these things will melt stuff. These things will burn, and they're dangerous. So please be careful with them. I'm not saying you never should use them. I'm going to still be using them, but I'm going to be more careful about it. And like I said, I'm going to get these little silicone sleeves that you can put the battery in after it's charged, so that when you move it around, it can't contact anything. The contacts will be covered. All right, thanks for listening, folks. God bless, and stay safe. I thought of one other thing to add concerning these 18650 lithium-ion batteries, and maybe some of the other versions of lithium-ion batteries. They sell the same kind of battery. It actually looks the same, but it has like a protection circuit built into the battery. They call them a protected battery, and it won't allow the battery to short out. So that's another option. I still would cover the terminals, but it gives you an extra layer of safety. They sell a protected version. It has like some kind of little electronic thing that they put at the top of the battery underneath the terminal. So it'll look the same. It'll just be a little bit taller. But they're protected, and I believe they are protected from shorting out, so that they can't do what these batteries did by just shorting out and starting to heat up and then starting a fire. I'm not saying they can't, but that's what the circuit is designed to do. That's one of the things the circuit is designed to do when they're a protected version of these batteries. It protects it from shorting out. I think it also protects the battery from being overdrawn on current. So that's something to consider too, besides just covering the terminals with like a protective sleeve, or having a little like box, a storage box, a plastic storage box or something to keep them in. Just get the protected version, and that's an extra layer of protection. Thank you.